You women out there, y'all petty, man. Hey, LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin Clark. Y'all petty, girls. I expect men to be petty because we're the most insecure group in the world.
Yeah, you are.
Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all private charters, all the money and visibility she bringing to the WNBA. Don't be petty like dudes. Listen, what she's accomplished, give her flowers. Stop being petty, all you women.
All right, hold on to your basketballs, because the drama exploding around the WNBA just went next level, and this time, it involves an NBA legend dropping some serious truth bombs. Everyone knows about the back and forth, the bad blood, the whole heated situation between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, a rivalry amplified with every game and every social media post. But when Charles Barkley, the straight-talking NBA icon, reportedly saw what was happening on the court, especially after a big, highly publicized investigation by the league into a controversial foul on Clark seemed to just fizzle out without much happening, he reportedly got mad. Like, really, really mad. He went on an absolute tear, specifically calling out Angel Reese and, implicitly, other players, and he did not pull any punches. He basically looked at the situation and reportedly said, loud and clear, "You're no Caitlin Clark." And then he laid out exactly why he thinks some players in the WNBA are acting out of perceived jealousy and hurting the league that's finally getting attention. You're watching WNBA Scoop, and we're breaking down Barkley's explosive, unfiltered reaction, the uncomfortable truth he allegedly revealed about the dynamics in the league, and why this whole situation is causing a major stir and putting the WNBA's newfound spotlight at risk. Get ready, because this is getting heated, personal, and it's exposing issues that many feel the league needs to address now.
These ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan, they cannot have this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they tried. People believe what we say on television. Just because people don't like you or your personality, they can't get on TV and slander you. It's just total bullshit. This girl is incredible. The number of attention, eyeballs she's brought to college and the pros, and for these women to have this petty jealousness, you say to yourself, damn, what is going on?
Charles Barkley is known for telling it like it is. He doesn't sugarcoat things, he doesn't worry about being politically correct, and he definitely doesn't care who gets upset when he's talking about sports. So, when he saw all the stuff going on around Caitlin Clark, the constant hard fouls she seems to take, the visible frustration on her face, the drama that follows her every move, and then saw how the league handled the fallout from some of the controversial moments, like the physical foul by Chennedy Carter, he decided he had to speak up. He reportedly went on a fierce rant, pointing fingers and calling out the behavior he felt was unacceptable, especially targeting Angel Reese after the league's big investigation into the controversial foul on Clark by a Fever fan, and the team itself seemed to just disappear without leading to any major changes or findings that satisfied angry fans. It was like the league put on a show of looking into things after a big incident, and then nothing real happened. And Barkley saw that, and he saw how some players were still acting, focusing on drama instead of just playing the game well, and he reportedly got furious, deciding to use his massive platform to call it out.
On here. And the thing I love about her, she never says a word. But these ladies, who I love and respect their game, they couldn't have this thing up any worse. There's been so much negativity, and a lot of it is just petty.
Barkley's outburst wasn't just about one specific foul or one player's actions. It was about what he sees as a bigger, more damaging problem happening within the WNBA that is overshadowing the game itself. He reportedly looked directly at the camera and aimed his words at players who seemed to have a problem with Caitlin Clark, telling them, in no uncertain terms, "You women out there, y'all petty, man." He reportedly said, straight up, "Hey, LeBron, you are 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin Clark. Y'all petty girls." He even joked that usually men are the most insecure group and the most petty, but in this case, he saw women in the league acting out of what he felt was pettiness and jealousy towards Clark. He said they should be thanking Caitlin Clark for everything she's bringing to the WNBA, the big private plane trips, the huge money deals, the massive number of people watching that the league has never seen before. Instead, he sees them being petty, like guys sometimes are when they should be happy for the growth.
Petty jealousy, and it's really unfortunate because what she's done for the game. Yeah, listen, I believe in rookie hazing, but some of the criticism has gotten overboard, and I think it's really unfair because, man, she got you look at the ratings for the draft for the WNBA, she's making everybody money, and I think she's got some deals. Good for her. I mean, the girl just set the record for the most points ever scored in college. I mean, that's pretty incredible.
Barkley's point is direct and simple. Look at what Caitlin Clark has done for the game. She's brought unbelievable attention, so many people watching, to college basketball and now to the pros. She reportedly set records, brought excitement, and made the WNBA interesting to a huge new audience. And for some of these women, players who he says he loves and respects their game, to show this petty jealousness towards her, it makes him ask, damn, what is going on? He reportedly feels they are handling the whole situation with Clark in the worst possible way they could. He said that people believe what they see and hear on TV, and players should not get on TV or social media and slander someone, meaning talk badly about them unfairly, especially when, in his view, it just looks like they're jealous because Clark is getting attention and success.
WNBA just came back with an investigation into allegations of their fans chanting things at various players. The investigation revealed no evidence that ever took place. But you have a deep connection to the WNBA. You've been a part of some controversies when it comes to the WNBA. I'm just curious about your thoughts.
Well, Will, I was a team owner for a decade, and the WNBA continues to step on a rake when it comes to Caitlin Clark, who is their billion-dollar player. I mean, she's increased ratings beyond all expectations.
Barkley reportedly feels that some players, and he points directly at Angel Reese, thought that by targeting Caitlin Clark, by getting into public arguments, physical clashes on the court, and creating drama, they would somehow become bigger stars themselves and steal some of Clark's spotlight in the middle of this heated rivalry. But instead, in his view, it just led to Charles Barkley flipping the whole table over, grabbing the microphone and telling them to just stop the drama and focus on playing the game well. He reportedly feels that Reese thought making the rivalry personal and dramatic would help her stand out more. But instead, it just made him and others watching call out what they see as her focus on creating noise instead of improving her actual basketball game to the level that matches the attention she wants.
Secondly, as much as we love Angel Reese because she is special, she's not Caitlin Clark as a player. Caitlin Clark is on a different level. We just have to own that. Angel Reese can rebound the basketball. She's a damn good player. She's got a bright future in the WNBA, but Caitlin Clark is next level. That's number two. Number three, Caitlin Clark's or Angel Reese's popularity in large part is attributed to her behavior towards Caitlin Clark. Because when Caitlin Clark was busy taunting opponents a couple of years back before LSU smacked Iowa around in the national championship game or so, it was Angel Reese that was clapping back.
Barkley's strong words show he's not just watching from the sidelines. He's invested in seeing the WNBA succeed, and he's frustrated by what he sees as actions hurting that success. He reportedly feels like Angel Reese's focus on rivalry drama has just made the whole situation around the league more negative, adding more fire to a spotlight that was already intense because of the huge attention on Caitlin Clark and the tough way she's being played by opponents and officiated by the refs. He reportedly wants to see rivalries in sports that are based on players competing hard and with respect on the court, not just on who can cause the most drama or get the most attention through social media feuds.
To see what she's done, but now to the point of they're not only going after Caitlin Clark, they're going after the fans of the team that she plays for in that investigation. And look, fans want sports to be about sports. They want sportsmanship. They want to see the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat. And this league continues to kneecap itself when it comes to really promoting what could be a great sport and reverting back to social justice issues that were proven to be an abject failure for the league in 2020. And
let's be honest about the investigation the league did into the original controversial foul on Clark and the overall situation around the Fever. Many people felt it was weak, like it wasn't really digging into the problem seriously. It felt flimsy. barely holding together like building something out of wet paper towels, and it seemed to disappear quickly without leading to much real change or consequence. It felt more like the league put on a big show of looking into things, like a high school student council trying to handle a big problem, but it wasn't based on much real action or finding. Yet, Angel Reese, according to reports, reportedly jumped right into this drama, getting involved in the talk about the investigation, acting as if she found some secret plot against Clark, when really, many observers felt she was just adding to the noise and making the situation more dramatic for her own brand, instead of focusing on playing basketball.
I don't want to hear it. I love this rivalry. I am here for every single second of it. Your thoughts?
Well, first of all, it's not a rivalry. Not when you lose about 35 points.
That's true.
It's not rivalry. Indiana Fever's on a different level than Chicago Sky. Let's get that out the way. Secondly, as much as we love Angel Reese because she is special, she's not Caitlin Clark as a player. Caitlin Clark is on a different level. We just have to own that. Angel Reese can rebound the basketball. She's a damn good player. She's got a bright future in the WNBA, but Caitlin Clark is next level. That's number.
Barkley reportedly wasn't having any of this. He was clearly fed up with the whole mess and felt that this kind of behavior was hurting the game. Watching him react to what he saw as Angel Reese's little efforts to make Clark look bad or create drama was like watching a dad see his kid try to heat up metal in the microwave. He reportedly looked at it with disbelief, like, "You really thought this would work?" Barkley's strong words were a wake-up call. A reminder that some things, like just focusing on playing the game well and being a good teammate, still hold true in sports. He reportedly made it clear that these actions, these little stunts and drama, won't be ignored. And they definitely won't make someone look better or more respected in his eyes.
I love the Caitlin Clark drama. Do you think that she is unfairly targeted, or is it the kind of thing that when you're that good, everyone's going to pay attention? And everyone is going to deliver sharper elbows?
There's a little bit of everything. I mean, she has been the impact of the league. She has been the reason why they've sell out arenas, having to move to a bigger arena, season tickets, TV rights, chartered planes, just the viewership. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And Caitlin Clark has just transcended the whole.
He reportedly talked about how the WNBA did an investigation into claims that fans were saying racist things to players, but the investigation didn't find any proof. He used to own a team in the WNBA, so he knows the league from the inside. And he reportedly said the WNBA keeps making mistakes when it comes to handling Caitlin Clark, who he calls their billion-dollar player. He means she's bringing so much money, so many people watching, and so much attention. Way more than anyone expected, or than the league has ever had before. He sees the league mishandling this huge gift. Angel Reese has reportedly been holding on to her frustration and maybe a grudge against Caitlin Clark, like it's something super important that she can't let go of. People watch her press conferences, and some feel like she's giving these big, dramatic speeches about being unfairly treated or about larger issues, sometimes without directly addressing the game. Her social media posts often seem like messages hidden for Clark or others to see, adding to the ongoing drama. And her eye rolls and reactions on the court sometimes look like they're planned for the cameras, adding to her public persona as a dramatic figure. But the big problem, according to Barkley and many other people watching, is that while Reese is focused on this drama and the rivalry, Clark reportedly isn't even really paying attention to the back and forth.
But what's being done to her right now is an absolute shame. She is by far the most important, most popular person the WNBA has ever seen in its history. And yet she's getting treated like crap every time she steps on that floor. Why? There's only one.
Caitlin Clark is reportedly too busy doing what she does best, scoring points, making amazing passes, getting rebounds, basically playing at a level that's hard to ignore, and turning herself into a real-life highlight reel on the court. She's reportedly making her team, the Indiana Fever, something people want to watch every night, basically starring in a sports movie where the underdog team is getting way better. Meanwhile, critics say, Reese is trying hard to play the villain in this story, but without really being a top-level player right now, her attempts lack real power or impact. If her storyline were in a spy movie, critics joke, you'd know the end, that she's not on Clark's level, right from the start, because her game doesn't match the drama. Critics say her efforts to make Clark look like some kind of basketball princess who gets special treatment don't work, especially when Clark is reportedly just making her team better and getting attention because she's so good and plays hard, while also handling the tough physical play she's getting. And then there's Charles Barkley, the guy who doesn't pull punches. He's reportedly not believing in Reese's narrative or whatever she's trying to do to make herself look better. To him, people say it's just acting out, using social media in a bad way, and it's hurting her reputation. Barkley reportedly sees it as bad sportsmanship mixed with trying to get attention online, and he's reportedly not afraid to say it publicly because he cares about the game.
She's Neo, right? Like, they were in the Matrix messing with the machines and stuff before he got there, but they needed the one. And the one showed up, and then they took it to a whole nother level. That's what she is. Yeah. They've been looking for her, but she could bend the spoon. She figured it out. You need a star to break through. Yeah. So I hear what he's saying because there is some hate. There is some, I don't want to call it jealousy because that's such an aggressive word, but there is some feeling of we were here, we were working on this, we've been grinding, we've been playing, we've been hooping, we've been putting out a great product, we just weren't being paid attention to. And that is...
Barkley reportedly drew a clear comparison between the two players, stating that as much as we love Angel Reese because she is special, she's simply not Caitlin Clark as a player. He emphasized, Caitlin Clark is on a different level. We just have to own that. He said Reese is a damn good player and can rebound, and she has a good future in the WNBA. But he repeated, Caitlin Clark is next level, meaning Clark is at a skill level and has an impact that is much higher than Reese's right now. He also reportedly brought up that a lot of Angel Reese's popularity comes from the way she acted towards Caitlin Clark, especially back in college, when they had their big games against each other. He said, when Clark was celebrating wins, Reese was the one talking back and reacting strongly, and that made people notice Reese. Barkley reportedly feels like Reese's fame is tied a lot to her rivalry with Clark, more than just how good she is at basketball by itself, and that feels like a problem to him.
The WNBA will always be trash because there are too many hating, jealous-ass females that care more about hating on Caitlin Clark than they do about getting better to compete against her. Like, when it comes to the WNBA, we hear more about all the drama and the bullshit that happens in that game, opposed to the stats and the players and what they do on the court. The WNBA is like the same as a daytime TV fucking show. It's nothing but drama on it. These women care more about how they feel versus what they actually do on the court. And that's the problem. That's what's stopping the game from growing. At some point, you have to put your feelings aside and be a fucking professional. Go out there, do your job, do the best that you can, put out the best product so people could want to watch the sport. Caitlin Clark is the main reason why more and more people are watching the WNBA.
Let's be honest, people say, if Caitlin Clark had done even one tiny thing that looked bad on the court, like acted disrespectfully or unsportsmanlike, everyone would be talking about it everywhere online and on TV for days. The league and the media are reportedly watching her super closely, like she's something super important that can't be messed with. But that, people say, doesn't stop Reese from reportedly trying to get under her skin with little actions, looks, and dramatic moves. Actions that seem designed to keep the rivalry going even when Clark isn't directly engaging in it. Her rivalry with Clark has, for many, reportedly become her main thing, her whole brand, sometimes overshadowing her actual basketball skills and team play.
Oh, you want Caitlin Clark to come off the pedestal of being above that shit down to your levels. You want Caitlin Clark to beneath herself? To come down? No. Caitlin Clark should remain at a level that you will never aspire to be and you will never attain. That's where Caitlin Clark should stand. Now, the people that are saying stuff that you claim is racist towards Angel Reese, what? She misses rebounds? That's not racist. She doesn't behave as becoming to society. Now that more people have eyes on the WNBA, they want someone to project grace and grace. Projecting grace is racist to y'all now. Projecting grace, respect, and respecting your opponent, and those, none of this stuff that's not grace. That's not respect. No one wants to watch that.
You know the exact reason why.
I don't know why they think.
People say the way Reese acts sometimes feels less like a top basketball player and more like someone being mean in high school, trying to cause problems for someone else who's doing well. And Charles Barkley, they say, is totally against it. He's reportedly like the strict teacher who shows up and immediately says, "None of that acting out today, we're here to play basketball." Watching how he reacts to Reese's stunts, people say, is like seeing a chef find out someone put their food in the microwave instead of cooking it right. He's reportedly deeply offended on a deep level because it's not the right way to act in professional basketball. He reportedly doesn't dislike Angel Reese as a person. He just wants her to stop with the drama, focus more on playing well and improving her game, and let her skills be the reason people pay attention. People say that Clark, meanwhile, is reportedly just focusing on her own game, getting better with her teammates, selling out every place they play across the country, and making the Fever team something people want to watch every night, not just once in a while. That quiet focus from Clark, people point out, is way more powerful and makes her look better than all the loud things Reese is doing online and in front of cameras. And Barkley reportedly loves that because, to him, the game itself, how you play and how you help your team win, is what matters most, not the talking or the drama. And right now, he reportedly feels Clark's game is speaking super loudly, so loud it's making all the drama sound quiet and unimportant. People say Clark's focus and skill are the real story, and that's why fans are really tuning in to see the WNBA. But the controversy surrounding her, including the investigation into the foul and the reaction to her, is also getting attention, but not always in a good way for the league. People say fans want sports to be about playing hard and fair, about good sportsmanship, and about players competing with respect, not constantly filled with social issues or fake drama that people feel has hurt the league in the past. But people also say that the league itself isn't innocent here. The WNBA has reportedly been quiet, maybe even okay with some of the bad things happening to Clark, like the hard fouls she's getting and the criticism she faces. They haven't strongly supported the player who's actually making the league popular and bringing in the money. Clark is the reason more people are watching, buying things, and talking about the league. Instead of being happy about this huge gift she is to the league, people feel the league, through its actions or lack of action, seems to treat her like a problem. People are saying that the WNBA, or at least the refs and people in charge, seem to act like missing calls and letting players get away with rough fouls is normal. They think the refs are just bad at their job, or maybe even doing it on purpose because they don't like Clark or how much attention she gets. They say every time Clark gets hit hard or a clear foul is missed, it feels like the refs are just letting it happen. They say it's not just missing calls, it's like they're helping the rough play happen by not stopping it. People are asking if the WNBA leadership believes this bad attention from finding coaches who complain and not dealing with the refs is good PR. Maybe they think finding a coach for defending her players will make fans say, "Finally, someone is stopping these coaches from complaining." But people say in reality, nobody is buying that. Fans are angry about the refs, players are frustrated by the way the game is called, and the league seems like it doesn't want to hear criticism and doesn't want to fix things. People feel it's a bad look for the league. People are saying that the WNBA, or at least the refs, seems to act like missing calls is normal. They think you'd get better calls if you just flipped a coin. People watching are starting to feel like the refs aren't calling the game by the rules, and that the league is okay with this because they don't want to make waves or deal with complaints about the refs. People feel that the league is mishandling the huge attention it has right now. They say fans want to see good basketball, not players getting beat up. They think it sends a bad message to young kids watching, that even if you're really good, the refs might not protect you. They feel the league needs to step up, protect its players, and make sure the game is fair, or fans might stop watching. They think the person in charge, Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, is the one who needs to fix it. People who support Clark are very upset. They say the league should be celebrating Clark and protecting her because she's bringing so much to the WNBA. They say she's making everyone more money and making the league popular. But instead of treating her like a star, some players and the refs are treating her badly. People feel that this is not fair and that the league is messing up a golden chance to become much bigger. People are saying that the league needs to make a choice. They can keep letting the refs call the game unfairly and let players hit Clark hard and maybe lose the star player who brought them all this attention. Or they can step up, fix the refs, make the games fair, and protect their players, especially the ones who are making the league popular. People who support Clark think the league needs to choose the second path quickly, or they will lose the momentum Clark created. People are talking about how the league needs to grow up and be more professional. They say players should focus on playing basketball well, not on drama or being jealous of someone else's success. They feel like the league needs to make the game the most important thing, not all the side stories. They think if players in the league focused on playing great basketball and making sure the refs were fair, more people would watch and respect the WNBA. People are saying that Caitlin Clark is the main reason why the WNBA is getting so much attention right now. They think she is the future of the league, but they feel that the league is treating her badly and it's not right. They think the league needs to protect her and make sure the refs are fair, or they might lose her and all the fans she brought with her. They feel that the league needs to make big changes now to show that they are serious about being a real professional sport and that they care about fairness and their players. People are worried that if the league doesn't do something soon, they might lose the big chance they have right now to become a much bigger and more popular sport. They think the league needs to show that it is ready for the spotlight and ready to protect its biggest stars. If they don't, people are saying they might lose everything. What do you think about the demands for the commissioner's suspension? Is the league treating Caitlin Clark unfairly? Let me know with a like if you think the WNBA needs to make big changes